Thanks to a secret side mission in Chapter 9, you can already easily get one of the best accessories in the game. And I will tell you how and also talk about some other things, including another item that you can find. A like on the video would be super appreciated, and let's go. We already discussed the different outfits for Tifa, Aerith and Cloud that you can get in Chapter 9 in a previous video. And to actually get one for Cloud, you have to do a specific order of choices that will then give you 2 side missions that you won't see on a normal playthrough, but that are needed for the best in the business silver trophy. So normally, like really most of the times after the arena sequence, Madam M will send you to Sam and he will give you some side missions. And one of them is number 14, called The Party Never Stops. Well, if you do this tactic to get the secret side missions, then number 14 turns into the prize of thievery instead. And number 15 will also be different. So to get these other side missions, and I already touched on it quickly in my previous video, but now there is a cool extra reason to do this in the end. So when you meet Sam for the first time upon arriving in Wall Market, he will ask you about Tifa, and then you want to say that she is great at handling books. You will encounter Johnny, but you want to ignore him for the time being and return to Sam. Here you want to say heads when he is tossing a coin. And the next choice you will get is what kind of massage you want. And now you want to take the most expensive one, so the luxury course for 3000 gil. After the massage, Cloud is asked what he thinks about Aerith, her outfit, and now you want to say that it looks comfortable. Now you need to go to the arena, and here you want to do check on Johnny because he is having a hard time in the other room. And now just complete this whole arena sequence that I really love, by the way, one of my favorite parts of the game. And then you return to Madam M and let Aerith get dressed. And now you will see that Madam M will not send you to Sam, but actually has some requests herself. And this is how you unlock those special missions. And it's still kind of unclear what choices really matter. I do think that the luxury massage has to be a part of it, because he also mentions it during the dialogue that triggers when you unlock the special missions.
I have a few little requests that you might be able to help out with. I gave that hand extra special treatment. Now get out there and show me what you can do with it.
So again, maybe one of the choices doesn't really matter, but still do it like this, because then the secret missions will unlock. And then go do the prize of thievery mission. And for this one, you have to go back to the start of chapter 9. So to the tunnel, because now some familiar bandits show up again, causing some mayhem. But this time they got a big boy with them, the grungy bandit. And this will be the first time that you can see this enemy like in the game, because normally you see it later than chapter 9. And I will talk about some other locations in a second. And why this enemy is interesting is because of the item that you can steal from him, the Champion's Belt. One of the best accessories in the game, hands down, giving 10% max health and 5% extra strength. So amazing on Cloud, Tifa and even Barret as well if you want to make him even more tanky. So yes, multiple characters can use this item and there are multiple sources too, but let's first talk about this one. Because thanks to this secret mission, you can already grab it from this bandit. So just spam the steel materia that you should have at this point. It's a reward from Battle Intel Report 7, where you have to exploit weaknesses of 15 enemy types. And it's very easily doable if you just scan the enemies when you see them the first time around and then use the right spells. And then just give this materia to Cloud, because you can only do the side mission with Cloud and then keep stealing it if you fail the first few times. I had to do it 3 times to get this very nice item. And then you can of course just kill the bandit and complete the quest. And there will actually be another quest following this, because the guy from the arena will ask you to do a special fight. So normally during chapter 9 you also have a special arena quest, but now it's against different enemies, and Madam M will be waiting for you outside the arena instead of Sam. Both quests will give you the Arcane Scepter though for Aerith, depending on which mission you did first. But yeah, they both count as different quests and are both needed for the best in the business silver trophy. So for this trophy, you need to complete the side missions in chapter 3, 8, 9 and 14, and then also these 2 special side missions in chapter 9. So yes, then you have to use the chapter select that you unlock at the end of the game to play through Chapter 9 again for those side missions that you missed the first time around. But yeah, if you're not in Chapter 9 yet, then you can already do this mission in your first playthrough and get the champion belt. Although there is another way in Chapter 9 to already get it, although it's way more challenging, I would say. So both Madam M and Sam will give you the Burning Ties mission. That has you go to the gym, and you only have to win from Ronnie for this side mission, but then you can actually challenge Jay, and after that Jules, for better rewards, including the champion's belt. But again, doing this minigame is more challenging than just trying to steal the item from an enemy. You do need to do the minigame anyways for a trophy though, so it might be worth it to spend the time to learn it. And what I did is just turn the music off, or in my case, not use the headphones. Because then you can focus on the sound of your controller buttons and then get into the rhythm that way. At least that worked for me. Against Jay, it's a little harder because you will sometimes have to hit cross repeatedly, and he of course can do a higher score too. So turn off the music and just focus on triangle, circle, cross, square, that pattern, and then you should get it. And really the same goes for Jules. Jules had 41 against me, so I think that you can only really make 1 or 2 mistakes max. And of course, the longer your combo, the faster you go up as well. And then bam, you get the champion's belt and have it now for 2 characters and can maybe use it on both Cloud and Tifa. But there are other ways to get it in the game as well. Not in the VR arena though, that you unlock after you finish the game, because you cannot steal items there. So you will encounter this grungy bandit, but the item cannot be stolen. Kinda makes sense in VR. Your items can also not be stolen in VR, so it's still worth pointing out, I thought. No, but in Chapter 13, you do come across this grungy bandit guy when exploring a different path in the tunnels. And in Chapter 14, you can actually return to this tunnel and then have him respawn over and over again. So what I did is just kill all the enemies in this tunnel, climb up the ladder, maybe walk a little bit further and then go back, and then you should see the enemies again. Let's go back to that squad minigame for a second, because you also get the luck up materia from this minigame. So by winning from Jay, you get this luck boost that increases your crit chance and should actually also increase your chance to steal as well. Although I'm not 100% sure, like let me know in the comments down below what your findings are regarding that. According to the description, it maxes out at 100%, so when you got 2 of them equipped and fully maxed out, but I only know one more location where you can get one of these luck up materia, and that is actually very early in the game, from the darts minigame. You can do it at the end of Chapter 3 when you have to wait for the others at the bar, but you actually get the luck up materia at the end of Chapter 4 from Wedge, because he is the number 1 on the leaderboard, so you have to beat him and then he gives you the materia. So when doing the chapter selects, like if you did not do the darts minigame the first time around, it's smarter to go to 4, because you should be able to play darts there as well and then immediately get the materia. It can be pretty tricky to get this right though, but what you basically have to do is have the crosshair hover over the 20, and then when the outer circle hits the middle yellow one, hit X to throw the dart and get the 20. The most challenging part is holding the crosshair steady over the spot that you want to hit. You can let the circle shrink one time, but the second time you have to hit cross, otherwise you can't get the perfect throw. You have to finish with a maximum of 7 throws, because Wedge had 8 on the leaderboard. What I had was 4 in 20, 2 in the regular 20, and then the final one in 777, and that was good enough. So even if you miss the triple but can get a regular 20, then you should be fine, and then you can have this very nice materia 2 times. There's also another accessory that I want to talk about, and this is very nice if you use a lot of the beneficial effects like barriers and other buffs like haste. Because with this Enchanted Ring, this effect will be longer. You get it in 2 locations for as far as I know. One is in Chapter 14 from a side mission called Subterranean Menace. It's not actually a reward from the mission though, that is the Wrecking Ball gun from Barret, so it's still worth doing this mission for that. Now you have to steal it from the boss during that mission, and I think I will just leave it at that, because the boss is really awesome and there's no need to spoil it for me in this video. So totally in Chapter 14, make sure that you go to this mission in the Evergreen Park in Sector 6, get the quest, do the awesome mission, and don't forget to steal from the boss. A little later though, in chapter 15, you can also find this awesome unique item, so if you don't want to do the side content and just continue with the main path, then you can also easily find it here. So at one point you'll reach this bench and the vending machine, then go up via the stairs and then you can shoot yourself up to the other floor, and there you will find some enemies, and then basically do it again, like get higher up via the grappling hook, fight the robots. You will actually find a chest in this room with a high potion. And now we want to go higher again. And for the main story, you have to go with this pretty obvious staircase. But what we actually want to do is use the grappling hook to get higher up here. Then go outside and take the stairs down, and here you will find a chest at the end that contains the ring. And good to note is that this only works if you give it to the caster who will cast these buffs, because then these buffs are extended and it's a percentage of the regular duration. So for example, barrier will still last longer, but it will not be an increase comparable to haste that usually already lasts longer. And what is insane is that if you link the spell that you want to extend with the magnifying materia that we talked about in my previous video, then you basically give everyone in your party that buff that is extended. It's really nice. Subscribe for way more Final Fantasy VII Remake content if you haven't already. Got a ton of videos on the channel up as well. Like this video to support the channel, and totally check out that video about the magnifying materia and some other items that you totally want to get by clicking on the screen. For now, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.